This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219. Stand up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
What's up? It's your boy Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. So let me start off by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. I'm getting all kind of inboxes and everything. The women, how do I get on? You don't, okay? Just watch, okay? Just watch. Just hold on. Yes. Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. I got too many things going on. Anyway, we got a great show tonight. All right, we're gonna have a lot of powerful women on here, including these girls. Okay, what's up, girl?
Yes, let Mama come on. She could drop more nuggets than all of us.
Mama don't know nothing.
Mama know everything.
You know,
we got some dynamite women coming on to share some nuggets. If you're not tuned in, you better get tuned in. If you know like I know, then you know.
Absolutely. Is that right, Marcy?
Yeah, absolutely. If you know like I know, then you know. You know
That's
what?
Right.
If you know a woman, invite them, hurry up, tell them to tune in. This is going to be a dynamite show. I pray that we continue this at least maybe once a month, whether with the same women or different women, but it's something that is very much needed.
All right. Now, here go the rules. There go the rules. There are no.
We don't have any rules. We don't have no rules.
We don't run by rules.
Calm down with the little estrogen burst that just went through there. I said,
no, we don't have rules.
Look,
Gina,
here we go.
Wait. Listen, we got 800 shows, and out of 800 shows, only one show got rules.
But check this out.
Okay, now look at who's making those rules too.
Check this out. Listen, please, ladies. Rachel has only a little time. All right, we're not going to do all of this banter this time. Okay, everybody, look. This lady does the She invites everyone to become a CEO of their life. All right. Mm-hmm. This is Miss Rachel Gary. What's going on, Rachel?
Hey there, ladies.
Hey,
how are you? Marcy, I get to see you this time. How are you today?
Yeah, good.
Rachel,
it's going.
Those CEO nuggets, girl. You gotta drop those CEO nuggets.
Yes.
Hey, I try my best.
This next guest, she is host of her own streaming network, but she's also part of a team of women, of people. I'm sorry, the Joker and Miss Arkansas. These people, they give such a great. So they wake you up in the morning, all right. And she's Vet Green. What's going on, Vet?
All right.
Vet.
Hello.
I get to meet Vet. I didn't get to meet her last time.
Oh, nice to meet you as well, Author Gina. And so nice to meet you. Good. I'm about to say good morning. I'm so used to saying good morning.
Good morning somewhere.
Hey, Marcy. Thank you so much for inviting me, Greg. I really appreciate this.
Oh, you already know it's getting ready to go down, okay? This next lady, man, she has taken this business from ground zero and brought it all the way up, and she is empowering women, young women, to do their thing, okay? Don't be afraid to do a thing, but she's teaching them how to look good.
I can't hear you guys.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
I don't know. What happened? I can't hear you.
Opposite you can hear is if you just said what happened.
I know, right? Did everybody say hey to Amina?
Were you hooked up to your car?
Hey, Mina.
Hey, you all.
Hey, Nina.
Hola.
Hey, Gina, Marcy, Deb, Rachel, Greg.
Ooh, look at this already. I'm looking at this panel already.
Oh, look,
my
here's
God.
one more is waiting in the wings. All right,
All
this
right.
lady,
I can't hear nothing they saying, but why?
every time she comes on, you probably still hook up to the car. Every time she comes on, because her husband Mo is a part of the team. Every time she comes on, she just gets down with us. She's a part of the team as well. Okay,
Yes,
but
she is.
she drops these nuggets on life, relationships, and love. And you know, we can listen to her because she's been in this love game for over 30-some years with the one man. So everybody say what's up to Marianne.
Hey, ladies. Hey, Greg. How you doing?
Hey.
Look at her. She in the queen chair. Look
Yes,
at her.
I got the chair
It
tonight.
looks good on you, queen.
Big Mike said it's a whole lot of powerhouse up there.
That's right.
So look, ladies,
This is so
me
cute.
personally, I'm so grateful to each and every single one of you guys, because individually, you all have touched my life. Okay, period. Each one of you have touched my life and made me a better man. I promise you, you've made me a better man. Just listening to you guys and listening to and taking it in. You guys have done your thing, okay? And so I hope that the way that I'm feeling is the way that every man, every woman, every child is feeling when they see you guys, when they listen to what you guys put out there, when they go to your business, when they just vibe with you guys. So I appreciate you all right? Gina, take over.
Okay. You know what? I thought it was very fit to start with finances, because whatever you're doing, finances is involved. So let's start off talking about finances. I want to start with, is Rachel on? Did we lose her?
We
lost the
Yeah,
CEO.
we lost her. She'll probably be back on.
Okay. Well, when the CEO get back on, she'll drop her nuggets. But let's talk about Mina. I know you are she's a fairly new business owner, not new to the game, but you got a new business and it's very successful. Give us some pointers. Give us a little bit of the ups and downs, the things that you had to endure. You smiling, so we know it's successful. Tell us a little bit about it.
That's not always the case. So it's good that I have a smile on my face, because business has its highs and its lows. So anytime you can smile through it, praise the Lord for that one. Okay. So what's up, you all? How is everybody doing?
Great.
Good.
Awesome. Hello, viewers. Well, I am Amina Taylor. I'm the owner of Amina's Beauty College. We are located at 48 West 67th Place. That is in Maryville, right across the street from Maryville High School, and then directly behind Harold's Chicken. We'll be open now, going on 2 years in October.
Oh, that's real good.
Yes, thank you, Jesus. Yes,
it's hard that first year.
Man, the doors are still open, and so I'm truly blessed by that, and I thank God for that. So, what was the question that you asked me, Gina?
Tell us some of the ups and downs that you had to endure opening your own business, being your own boss.
Okay, ups and downs. One, finding a location. That was, I'm telling you, I went through so many challenges just trying to find a location, secure a location. And every time that I thought that I had the location, I mean, literally, I would be going to like sign the lease. The doors would not just be shut in my face, it would be slammed in my face. So you all, success does not come overnight. You're looking to open up a business, it does not happen overnight. So we're talking about years of just planning and years of just strategizing and just being discouraged. So I went through my moments of being discouraged. I think the last time that I didn't get the space that I thought that I was going to get, that I thought that I really wanted. And the same day that I was going to go sign the lease, they called me on the phone, left me a voicemail, and told me not to come. Told me not to come, that they was leasing to somebody else. And I'm like, oh my God, how did this happen? And at that moment, then I think things, I mean, I had oppositions, but it was just this one in particular that just seemed like it took me out. So, I was just like, you know what, forget it. Maybe it's not even meant for me to have a school. Now, I was kind of thinking it, but I didn't say it all the way out. I was thinking it a little bit, but then I was like, no, Mina, don't go all the way there. And it's like, I wanted God to just like feel my heart without me just verbally and just speaking that out. And I'm not going to take up a lot of y'all time. So with that being said, God bless me with a space. Thank you, Jesus. And then the space that I have, I mean, the landlord, I knew the landlord. I didn't even know that it was his space. So when I called the number, his name pops up. And I'm like, all these years, not only do I work for him, I'm a platform artist for him. I'm a continuing education sponsor. So I do my classes in Illinois at his place. So all this time, you know, if you just trust the process, I'm telling you, God got your back. You got to trust the process, and you got to move in a proper timing. Don't just jump out there. Yeah.
Oh, that had to be frustrating though, but we see you didn't give up. And look what happens when you don't give up.
Yes.
And you know what, Vet, I know that you're in an industry that's really hard for women. Very hard for women.
Yes.
Am I right?
It's very, very difficult. I was not ready.
Tell us what you do.
I'm excited that I got the experience of getting knocked down because I had to pull myself back up. Thank God I have a really great support system because this industry definitely can be cutthroat. When you're working with music artists, it's cutthroat. What you see on TV and all of this stuff that you hear going on in the news, it's true. Even on the independent side, it can be a lot of times the people that you think would support you because they can't see it for themselves or they aren't doing it for themselves. It can be very, very frustrating. Sometimes I wanted to quit. I can't tell you how many times I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to quit. I'm just going to quit. You know, but God, I'm proud of myself. It took a lot for me to decide to move forward with my own media company after, you know, being on the Evening Rush. You know, I feel like Don kind of raised me. You know, he helped me, Charm City, E-Digger raised me up to help me see what I would be dealing with as far as the podcasting side, but I was not ready on the music side. Definitely was not ready. Proud that I did it because I needed the experience for where God is taking me. But it's different.
And again, that shows not giving up pays off. I want Rachel, since we got you here, Rachel, we don't know how long we're going to have you here. Let's drop a few nuggets for us because you got the CEO thing. You a CEO.
I remember seeing an episode with Rachel.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. I feel good about that. So I'll tell a quick backstory about how I became the CEO. So for people who did miss that episode, it all just started one day when I decided that I was 20 years ago, that I was going to take ownership for my life. Take the opportunity to stop allowing things to distract me, get in my way, and say at the end of the day, what do I want to do to be in my life? How do I want to be successful? And basically how I'm going to show up for me. That's what it really was all about. So I came up with being the CEO. And for those who don't know, it is clarity in your actions, empowered by your choices, and owning your direction to become the CEO of my life.
I love it. I love it.
Yes. And hearing that story, just that portion of her story, and not knowing about her industry, but just knowing, I mean, us all on a panel who are women on here who have different struggles, but the struggle, sometimes it unites us because it's the same. No matter how hard we are working, we hit a roadblock. So for me, I'm going to tell you what I did. I said, skip the roadblock. I'm just going to always authentically do what I have to get done. And stay focused on working on my mindset and how I take those things. So instead of worrying about the misogynistic, nothing personal, Greg.
Wow. He invisible, y'all. He invisible.
Okay. So I mean, I wouldn't say that. I think that men are. I won't say that men don't want us to win. They've been conditioned that we shouldn't be winning. And a lot of the times, I think that that's what the issue really is that they've been conditioned that, I mean, like from the show from Monday, that they're supposed to be the head of the household. But what is the problem with us as a team? Because there's no woman and man. There's women and men, men and men, women and women, people in general who are trying to navigate this thing we got called life. And that doesn't have a title to who should run a household. Whoever's running the household should be two people who have a conversation that you're doing this, I'm doing this, and we're coming together to have this. That's what it should be.
I like that. I like that.
I mean, and that's just, I mean, that's how I feel about it. And I don't say that because I'm in a same-sex relationship, because as Greg knows, I have 2 children. I was married to a guy once upon a time. And there was no, I was the head, he was the head. It was all about, this is what you do, this is what you do well. Because if we work with our strengths, the weakness, the other person's weaknesses, the other person's weaknesses are being held up by the other person's strengths.
Amen.
So,
Yes.
So I said, I mean, I'm one of these people. My spouse, she is more. I said she has the patience level that I didn't have. I'm all about let's make it happen, let's go. So when we're talking, it's okay. Hey, what do I do here to make sure that I still get the outcome I want? And I mean, I'm a very strong individual, but you have to be open-minded to what the other person brings to the table. And I think that that's where the issue really is with the guys who are feeling out of place when their women make more money. Money does not negate or dictate a relationship.
Amen.
Money is currency. Money is currency. And if we're using that current to put that current in the world to bring us more assets, then that's it. Hey, I'm glad. If she made more money than me, good. That means more money is being in the current for us to have more assets in our column. So that's my
drop
thought.
nuggets all the time. That is why she the CEO of her own life. Nugget after nugget after, and she keep it real. Rachel keeps it real.
Yes.
I try to be authentically me.
I enjoyed that episode that you were on. I got a lot from you, so thank you. I can say it in person now.
I'm glad, because at the end of the day, I just try to just speak to what I know. I mean, I've lived this little life for some time, and not get wrapped up into the mainstream of what is okay, what is the right thing to say, what is the right thing to do. None of us got a handbook, guys. I know there's not one person on here got a handbook on how to live life.
Come on.
I
got one. It's called the Holy Bible. Now,
it's all the red marks in his handbook.
The Bible teaches us lessons about how life used to be, and how. I mean, I never knock the lessons that we can get from the Bible, but as we learn from the Bible, we have to still walk the path. So we're walking through that path of the information that we're being given, and that's everything in life.
Well, let me tell y'all something. We a lot of us so far have talked about running a business, maybe a couple of businesses, but I want to hear from Della Don, who runs 5 businesses. She got to tell me.
Wow.
How she doing this thing here? Because we have difficulty sometimes just running a business.
Okay.
Can you hear us, Bella?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Talk to us, Bella.
It's simple, honestly. It just depends, like your mindset. Like you have to have the obedience and the structure to do it. For me, it started off because I got it from my parents, especially my dad, which started off like in real estate. From there, I just whatever I put my mind to, whatever I decided I would generate income for my daughter, generational wealth. So that's where it started with the etiquette business first, which is located in Blue Island. And then the bakery, which is named after her, which is in downtown Beverly. And then my bar, which is on downtown and Taylor Street. And then we also have now a nonprofit organization called Social Butterfly, which is what Hannah wanted to do. So it was hard at first, but as you move forth and doing what you do and what you love to do is just strategically everything just lands into place. So it can be stressful, but other than that, I just go with the flow, honestly. I don't know.
Have you ever thought about giving up on any of them, Bella?
Not really, honestly. I haven't. I mean, it's hard. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here like lying, like say like, oh, it's just like easy money, like it's just generating money, just like coming from the trees or something. But it's very stressful, especially real estate. It's really, really stressful. But as far as like saying like that's it, like I don't want to do nothing anymore. No, honestly, because I love my life. Like I love what I do. I love to make my money, spend my money. I travel a lot and certain things that I like. So no.
Well, you said something real key, Bella. You said you picked a lot of it up, or a majority of it up from your parents, from your father being in real estate.
Yeah.
How do we move forward with people who don't have that foundation, don't have that background? How can you inspire them?
When I do like my panels all the time, I just let people know, honestly, it could be like a cliche or something. So it's like you are who you hang with. Like you have to surround yourself with the circle of people. Like if you see people that you can like learn from that inspire you, then you should be able to sit there and feed off that information, get some kind of wisdom or something. But hanging around doing like the nonsense or the rubbish that they do, then no, you're not gonna move forward. It's all about how like teach Hannah, you know, just whatever you want to do, you put your mind to it. You're never gonna be a follower, always be a leader. So just believe what you believe in. Like forget like the naysayers or if someone is like doubting you. Of course, like it's always gonna be like family first. Like just do what you do. Just like I just don't care. You know, I just do what I do. I don't care.
I think once you get into that routine, though, it does kind of become second nature. You're not tripping over your feet as much.
Which is easy.
I got one question, Miss Bella. I'm trying to start a nonprofit in the next year, Miss Bella. What do I need to do? I want to start a jazzy a foundation called the Jazzy May, and it's wants to be my philanthropy to actually bring dance and performance back to inner city neighborhoods. So it's my grandmother was she was a jazz fanatic. She loved to dance, loved to party, have a good time. And I want to bring that back to the city because right now I just don't see it as much as I used to, where there was a place to go dance, a place to have fun, genuine fun, and see our kids have some better things in life, know about dance, know about jazz, knowing about instruments, knowing about those things. So if you have any advice for that, please
that's a good idea.
If you don't let me know here, definitely let me know because I definitely want to know more about how to start the nonprofit and get it going.
Steppers Club.
I thought about it.
It's a lot of you have to start off honestly with networking and sponsorships. Honestly, that's why you're big. Like to get everything out there. First, of course do your planning first. You know, you always need that vision board. Plan out what you want, where you want it. Location, how often you want to do it, but definitely sponsorship and networking is what get you there.
Hey, let me interject for a second. Because Rachel has a streaming platform that she has to get to in about 5 minutes. And every day on the show, you know, we have this CEO moment. So Rachel, I don't have one queued up. You got to give us a minute of a CEO moment.
Let's see. Okay, I'll give a little snippet about what I'm talking about today. What I'm talking about today is, are you in the win or ready to win? And when you're in the win, that means you're allowing life to dictate how you move. And when you're ready to win, that means that you are now saying that I am going to own my direction. I'm no longer going to allow things to disrupt my life, distractions to get in my way. I'm going to move forward anyway. And I'm going to stay focused on a plan, just like Miss Bella said. Having a plan and sticking to that, executing that plan, and then reevaluating and adjusting that plan accordingly is how you become a successful CEO of my life.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Rachel, hey, look, Rachel,
You rock with the gems.
Those nuggets that you give us on the daily, on the regular. Okay, we've been through a lot together. So I appreciate you, man. Do your thing. We're gonna do this like Marcy said once a month. Okay, so we're gonna invite you to come back and hang out with us and do
absolutely. And next time I'll make sure. Okay, let's make sure it's not on a Wednesday. That's when I do my coaching, my mentorship, as well as my podcast. And because I want to talk to Miss Marcy, I haven't got an opportunity to get my questions yet from her. So,
what's the name of your podcast, Rachel?
So my podcast is Rachel L. Gary. That's how it is on YouTube. And the name of my podcast is Habits, Having a Burning Intention to Succeed.
Let's go. Let's go.
She get it with the macronyms, don't she?
Yeah.
So Rachel, it's you got 5 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, my wife just walked in. She just said, you got 6. You need to. I got to switch clothes and look good for them. But at the end of the day, guys, keep rocking, keep doing what we're doing, because at the end of the day, there is no one stopping us but us. And you guys have shown that at the end of the day, your success shows that prosperity is on the other side of any challenge. Thank you guys for having me. And
thank you, Rachel.
Drop any information to me. Any questions you have for me, let me know, because I'm always here to assist.
We got
you. Have a great
Thank
night,
you.
ladies.
All right, Joe. Well, thank you.
Yes.
But that seat was taken, Gina, and so we're gonna fill it up with this lady right here.
Hey, Miss Arkansas.
What's up, Miss Arkansas? Good to have you. Good to have you.
I've been out on my grind selling all these tickets. I done sold all my tickets. I got some more printed up because I sold the ones I was holding for people. Then I sold them again. Then I had to print up some more. So
she out there doing business.
And I met these two young men, and when I was out printing tickets, and come to find out they own a car shop, and they want to get with me and put together a car show and a comedy show.
Oh,
wow.
Sounds good.
That's very unique.
I went over there to drop off 3 tickets and just now leaving them.
Oh, okay.
I said that mean they good people. But I'm here at the North where I'm going to have my show tomorrow. They get ready to have a competition. I was in it twice and they cheated both times, so I just really can't. I ain't gonna be in it tonight. I'm just gonna check it out, and once they're done, I'm gonna let the owner wife know how I want it set up for tomorrow. But I was not gonna click on that link and come in here and say hello to my people.
All right. You know we love you.
Yes.
I love y'all too. That's my girl right there now, the queen, Vet Green.
Love you right back,
we
queen.
were just talking on our morning show about networking and stuff, and I brought up how that's how I got with them, through Greg. Greg introduced me to them, and then me and Vet talked on Zoom, and it just went from there. And I don't think I could have been on a better podcast other than Dope Living TV.
All right.
Always welcome. Always welcome.
Appreciate that.
But you know what?
And y'all know I love y'all. I have a show tomorrow night here in Little Rock, Arkansas. God Say the Same on the 25th through the July the 1st. I'm in Southern California. July the 4th, I'm in Memphis, Tennessee. July the 25th to the 29th, I'm headlining in St. Louis, Missouri. Then August 10th, I'm in D.C. So if y'all doing some
get that calendar.
Go ahead, lady. Go ahead.
That's what's up. Man.
But,
I love you, Miss Arkansas. I love you, girl.
We love you, Miss Arkansas. You know you're always welcome.
Yeah, but y'all just have a blessed day. Stay blessed. Keep God first, because all what we do for him is what really going to last. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
And we can try it ourselves, and it's going to keep failing. But as long as we seek him and let him lead us in the right direction, it's going to be the right thing. So
that's right.
Amen.
I love y'all. Y'all know I ain't but a phone call away. And enjoy the rest of the night. And thank y'all.
We
for
love
all
you
your
too.
love and support. Please know it's needed, very much appreciated, and so are each and every one of you.
Aw.
Thank you,
Thank
Miss
you.
Love you.
Arkansas.
Bye.
All right,
Now,
peace.
you know what? We can't talk about finances without talking about relationships, because whether you got one business or 5 businesses, relationships tie into that. Sometimes you might have a significant other who supports you, sometimes you don't. But I know somebody on this panel right now that has handled both having their businesses, her and her husband, and being in a marriage for over 30 years. What you say to that, Marianne?
That's a lie,
It can be
Gina.
rough
That's a
sometimes,
lie.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, sometimes it gets challenging. Especially when you're first starting a business out, because you're putting all of your money into that business, and you still got to also make sure that home is taken care of.
Yes.
And I remember most of our businesses came from a need. So like we were in our first business together was a towing car business. So
It wasn't towing, it was repoing.
Your Marty's back there.
We was repoing
I was gonna
cars.
say,
Yeah, we were repoing cars. So I was at home doing all of the research to find the people, with the cars and stuff, and Maurice would go and actually go to the physical location and then call the tow truck. And this was back in the time when there was no cell phones. All we had was the beepers, and so we'd have to go find a payphone to call the tow truck. And a couple of times, by the time we get back to the location, they done took off. And this where all the research came in at, where okay, if they're not here, then they're going to be there. You have a couple of addresses that you can go check out. And it just started because we were actually trying to buy a second car, and we went to a lot, and we were talking to the guy on the lot, and trying to figure out something so that we can get a second car, because we really didn't have like a down payment or anything for it. And he just happened to have a repo guy come in as we were talking to him, and found out that the guy was going to quit. And he's like, man, I need to find another, somebody to do some repo. So we just kind of fell into that business.
Well, it was with a heart, though, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, Mo, this ain't for you.
I got to put this part in. I wouldn't
He
just
can't help himself.
I
Come
wouldn't
sit
just,
down right here so they can see you.
I wouldn't just go. Repo cars. I told them you had to give me a 30-day lease to take the people. So when I went to go pick up their cars, they had a chance to get their car back. So that's the only way I would repo, if they had a chance to get it back, reasonable.
That was good.
So 99.9% of the repos that I did wasn't with a repo truck. It was me taking it with starting it up and driving it off.
Yeah, so we would both go, and then we went into the pawn shop business. We became employees, and they liked what we did, and so they said, well, we want to open up some pawn shops in Indiana. So we moved from Texas to Indiana.
Interesting.
We had everything that we owned on the back of a truck, our kids in tow, and we thought we had a place to land when we got there. The company had said, hey, okay, so we got you an apartment and everything. We get there only to find out that they had already rented our apartment, and there wasn't supposed to be another unit ready for like 2 weeks. And so we were sitting there in front of the apartments, and we had to try to figure out what we were going to do, because at this point we were homeless, that's where the relationship, that's where the business stops. And now it's time to talk to each other. And instead of getting upset, because that was a very upsetting moment, but you got to try to put your
put your head on straight and say, okay, what are we going to do? You know, yeah, it's only temporary. And so we talked about it. He knew a guy that they had sent up about a month earlier, and he called him and said, hey, we're here, we don't have no place to stay. And he got with his apartment manager, and so they said, hey, come over this way, we got an apartment for you. So we were only homeless for like 2 hours.
That's a good thing. Wow. See, you make it sound so easy, Marianne. I'm pretty sure the rest of us can attest it's not always that easy when it comes.
And you have to, like everybody has been saying, you got to put your mind to it, because like me and Maurice, we weren't married yet, and I chose to leave with him and go to Indiana. I grew up in Texas. All my family's in Texas. I'm leaving my family. The only family I'm taking with me are the kids.
How tough was that with the kids and businesses?
Well, we made it seem like an adventure. Every time when we move from one city to another, I do this thing where I say, let's go get lost. So, they've always thought of, anything that we do that's out of the ordinary as an adventure. You don't never want to make the kids feel scared. You may be scared, but you can't show them that.
Right.
You had a question, Marcy.
I did. And it's for all three ladies. And I would have loved to have heard Bella and Rachel as well.
Bella's trying to come back. She had a problem with this stuff.
Okay. We have powerful women here on our panel today. There are a lot of misconceptions about the Black woman when they're being assertive, when they're leaders, that if they voice their opinion, they're being too aggressive. They're angry. It's the angry Black woman. Have you ever had to deal with that? Racial bias, gender bias. What has been the most significant barrier to being successful, and how did you overcome that? And how would you tell someone and encourage someone going through something like that at this point?
Let's start with Amina.
Wow. So yeah, I deal with that a lot. I deal with that now, being a school owner. They say that my personality, I hear a lot, my personality, that I have a strong personality. I've heard some people say that I'm aggressive, I'm straightforward, and perhaps I am all those things. I'm all those things. That doesn't take away from me as a person. When you're running a business, I would say for myself, when you're running a business, I don't have time like be playing games and things like that. I'm serious. So I'm very protective of what it is that I have. I'm very serious in what it is that I'm saying. And it may come off like strong. And I think now I am learning to be more sensitive to how people receive information. I would say that. So in spite of me knowing my heart and knowing my intent that I mean well, I do try to channel it differently without dummying myself down.
Okay.
Yes. I'm learning now how to my approach. So it can be like facial expression, just learning how to just if I'm talking to a student and if I'm on serious mode, I still can be on serious mode, but let me be on serious mode and just change my facial expression, because facial expression says a lot. So just knowing yourself, and it doesn't take away from me who I am. I am strong-willed. I am all those things, but I'm still growing in it because I don't try to. I'm dealing with the public, so I'm coming in contact with so many different people. And then we got a lot of young people. So young people are more. I'm learning that they're more sensitive. So my approach and all of that, it has to be different. Just being a Black woman, sometimes just having a diverse school. Do sometimes that I want to be very careful in what it is that I say right now. School's still young, but sometimes, yeah, it can become challenging. But I still have to stand my ground because you came over here. It was something that I have that you want. So
Amen.
I'm very confident in what it is that I'm doing. But I'm still at the point now that I am still learning how to channel that energy so I don't come off as this mad Black woman and things like that. Yeah, if that makes sense. Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
What about you, Yvette?
Absolutely. I'm an introvert. I'm shy, and I had to overcome all of these things because people will take advantage of you because you're not.
Yes.
And that's what was happening out because I lead with my heart and, I just want everybody to win. I found myself being taken advantage of because that's how I was coming off. So I had to be assertive. And we actually had a conversation about this on the morning show. I think sometimes we as Black women, it kind of gets misconstrued because we as women, we aren't taken seriously all the time, especially in different industries. My first industry that I was in was financial services and compliance. I had to work with a lot of salespeople, financial advisors, investment advisors, very male driven. A lot of times they will try and belittle you. I've been called stupid. And this was by a huge bank, and told that I have to just deal with. And it's like, no. So then I found my voice. And once I found my voice, it was over. It's like, no, I am going to stand up for myself because if I don't, no one's going to do it for me. So I had to learn how to be assertive.
Oh, I like that.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it does come across. I think one of you mentioned you had to learn how to, speak to people. I had to learn how to be assertive, but at the same time, take into account that my delivery.
Okay.
And it's definitely been tough, especially even in this industry, working in the entertainment industry. I have to be assertive, and sometimes people can take it wrong. But I found that if I don't stand my ground, then people will try and take advantage of me.
They will.
I'm not having that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, Marcy, repeat your question, and we'll move the question over to Marianne.
Okay, my question was, a lot of times there are a lot of misconceptions about the Black woman when they're being assertive and they're giving their opinion. We're labeled sometimes as the angry Black woman. What do you think has been a significant barrier to you being a Black woman, an entrepreneur, and what have you done to overcome it?
Well, there's been several different times that I've had to try to, show people that I mean business. This is business. This is not personal. So I adopted where what I do is I try to be real monotone, straight across the board. Don't show any emotion. Just state the facts, and then walk away from it. I've had where men would come in the pawn shop would come in and they want to buy a gun, and but they don't want to buy from me. I would we opened up the store, and I was the only one in the store that could handle the firearms because no one else had went through to be licensed for handling firearms. This gentleman, he came in, and I'm being nice. He came in and he wanted to purchase a gun, and I told him that I could show him what he wanted. He said, "Oh no, that's okay." So I was headed to the back of the store, and I heard him ask one of the other guys there, could he show him a gun? And he said, "No, hang on, I'll go get her so you can see the gun." And he was like, well, I want him to help me. And I said, well, sir, I'm sorry, but he cannot help you because he's not licensed. I said, what would you like to look at? And he looked at me and told me that there's no way that I knew anything about guns. I took a gun out and I disassembled it on the counter.
Good for
Nah.
you.
And ask him what questions do you have? And then I reassembled it, put it back in the box, locked the box, and walked to the back. As I'm walking to the back, my brain is saying, "Don't leave it like that. Don't leave it like that." You know. And the other part of me, which now I got control over, went back up there and said, "Do you not are you racist against me because I'm a woman, because I'm black, or both?" You know, and he turned red. He's like, I'm sorry. You know, now I would have handled that a whole lot different. I would have just explained to him that no one else in the shop can sell him a firearm, you know, and walk away from it. I've had where I'm a school crossing guard now. I've had a woman tell me that I was racist because I told her to move her car because where her car was not in a place where she should be parking to be for the safety of the children. All parents have been notified. She called me a racist because she was white and her boyfriend was black. And I told her, I said, sweetie, I am not racist. I'm far from it. If you know who I am, you would have not said that. She gets out of the car. She calls me prejudiced. Then she tells me that I'm mad because her boyfriend is black and she's white. And I told her, I'm married to a black man. You know, she calls me out of my name and everything. And I told her, right now, the children are coming and you look real stupid. You know, you need to be quiet. You know. And I walk away after that. You know, I said my piece and I walk away. But I encounter that kind of stuff all the time. And you just you know, you do have to be strong. And there are certain times when you just have to be quiet. You know, it's not, you're not weak if you're just quiet and just walk away. That's actually, you're more stronger when you do that than speak your piece.
Because sometimes people will take you there, and I think they will do it purposely to try and get you to react.
Right. Get you out of your character, you know, and then later on they talk about you, you know, that, oh, she's not this, she's not that, you know, she's an angry black woman, you know. No, we're just trying to protect ourselves. You know, if we don't protect ourselves, then, you know, nobody else is going to. And what about the kids that are coming up? You know, we got to show them something, you know.
Well, Bella, I know that you deal with that quite a bit. Excuse me. I see a lot of posts where you have to put people in their place. They come at you the wrong way. They step to you the wrong way, male and female. It's not just one gender. You could talk about that with your business.
Honestly, I get it a lot when it comes with the landscaping, or if I am showing a tenant a unit that they want to rent with one of the properties, I do get it a lot. For one, it starts with the women. I don't know, envy, whatever you want to call it. I really don't care, honestly. But with the men, when it comes to the landscaping, I guess they think if they talk kind of like modest to me or something, or if they try to like flirt or something, that'll like win me over, or they talk to me as if I don't know what I'm talking about or something. So when I just have to like put it out there, like, look, this is business. This is my land. You're going to mow this, you're going to mow that, or you're not going to get paid. It is what it is. So when I come to them direct like that, and if they still want to be persistent about it, then that's when I get either my husband involved or one of my brothers. And I just like leave it at that. Like, I don't do the back and forth or anything because it's just nonsense. It's not even worth it. It's not worth my time and energy. Just leave it as it is.
I feel you on that. Absolutely. Either you're going to do the job or you're not going to do the job. That's the only two choices that are there.
I think for me, it's just too much. I mean, you guys know how I am. I'm just straightforward. I'm blunt. I'm always respectful. I just say what it is. It is. I'm not gonna go back and forth. I'm not gonna argue with you.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do that, I'm just so
even.
I just,
But you know what? I can honestly say that I come from corporate America. And so coming from corporate America, as you get higher and higher up, you're dealing with more Caucasians than African Americans or any other races. Most of the time, you're dealing with a lot of Caucasians when you're going up that ladder.
Yeah.
And so I had to deal with them because I was in management. And I found that it was a struggle even to get similar pay to a man that was doing the same job that I was doing, or even the same respect. And most of the time, Caucasian men did not know how to approach me. They didn't know how to communicate with me. And I don't know, I wouldn't say it was a fear. I think it was more so they just didn't know how.
It was fear.
I think there was but they don't, because a lot of them never had to deal with Black women, and so now they're in a position where they have to deal with Black women that's in a management position. So how do I deal with this person? And they just didn't know how. So corporate America is very, very different. Very different.
It's a different beast. And I found the higher up you go, the less you see people that look like us, and they're surprised that you're in the role that you're in.
Yes.
And it can be difficult, especially when you're working with Caucasian men. I've found that just even conversations, they don't expect you to have the knowledge base that you do.
Yeah.
You know, or they group you all together. And I'm not saying everybody, but that's just been my experience.
Yeah, they want you to speak as if you're like uneducated or anything. So they
Yes.
very intrusive.
I can give you a good example. I remember a meeting that I was having with, it was my boss, who was a Caucasian man, and another director who was on the same level as me, but she was also Caucasian. And so I walk into the meeting, it had already started. I walk into the meeting and they're discussing this word. And they said, my boss said to me, Gina, what is this word? Can you pronounce this? And I looked at it and I said, reciprocity. And he looked at her and he looked at me, he said, wow, you know that word?
Oh,
and I'm
wow.
like, dude, I got a bachelor's degree. What are you talking about? You know, it was kind of
condescending.
Yes, as if to say, how can she know it and we don't?
Exactly.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you all a question. You guys are doing so well too, okay? So well that if you guys have the time, we're taking this a little bit over the hour limit, all right? But I really want you guys to get into your journeys and your stories. But what personal sacrifices have you made on your climb to the top of whatever position that you're in? What personal sacrifices have you made during your career? Marcy, let me ask you.
I was just going to answer that. For me, it's been time, which is a very big commodity. A lot of people think it's money, but it's actually time. When my son was younger, I had to spend some time away from him. As a matter of fact, for 2 months, I actually had to send him back home here to Indiana because I was out there and with a career, and I couldn't be there for those 2 months like I wanted to as the true mom. So one of my biggest sacrifices has been was time for the 2 month span and spending with my son.
That's a huge sacrifice.
And to send him from Virginia to Indiana, I cried every day.
What about you, Bella?
It's the same thing for me with Hannah. Thank God I only have one kid. It's going just, how can I put it? Just when you have your hands in so much and you're doing so much, you need that attentiveness to your kid. Like she wants to do things, she wants to travel here and there, but it's been times where I have to put it off. In order for me to build what I have and have to explain to her, like, I'm doing this for you. So in case, when mom and dad isn't here anymore, then you can, move on with that. But it's definitely, like Marcy said, it's definitely the time. Time is something that you cannot get back, that you definitely have to cherish. But now that she's older and she understands, I just drag her along with me, honestly.
Come on, Hannah, let's go.
Yeah.
What about you, Marianne?
There's some before Marianne answers that, because we got some questions from some guys. All right.
Okay.
We really wanted to, like Chris Lane, part of the team. He got a question for you, ladies. He says, how do you all feel about Juneteenth being 3 years into being a national holiday, but our culture has been celebrating Juneteenth forever?
I grew up in Texas, so I knew about Juneteenth my entire, this was bigger than 4th of July. We in Austin, we had the parade. My grandfather rode his horse every single year in the parade. It was a sense of pride, we'd have concerts, picnics, everything in Texas. It was all surrounding Juneteenth. That was the Black for New Year's, the Black 4th of July. It was everything.
Okay.
So I gotta plead ignorance because I never heard of it.
Go ahead, Bella.
Wow.
What'd you say?
Even now? I mean, just recently?
Yeah, just recently. Like I literally never heard of it.
Oh wow. I grew up in Buffalo. Well, I grew up outside of Buffalo, and Buffalo is one of the cities. We've always had Juneteenth. It's a huge celebration, parades, and all of that. I am glad that it's a federal holiday. I'll say something really quick. I didn't realize that all of the government buildings were closed down today, because
I just found out today. Yeah,
that was surprising me too today. Right. Taking care of business. I'm like, wow, okay, it's about time. Today's my daughter's birthday. Happy birthday too, baby.
Happy birthday.
I used to always tell her, you're so special because you were born on the actual Juneteenth day, which is
Yep. Our oldest son is today's his birthday as well. And he was actually Father's Day baby.
I'm like Bella. I was good and grown. I want to say over 25 when a friend's mom, she said, "Oh, happy Juneteenth." I said, "What?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "Today is Juneteenth." I'm like, "Okay, and can you elaborate on that?"
Explain it to me.
I had no clue what that was. Like you, Vet, I have a friend that works for the government, and she called me. I'm like, "Why are you calling me? You're supposed to be at work." "Girl, I'm off." I'm like, "You okay? You sick? What's going?" She said, "Girl, we got it off." I said, "For what?" She said, "Juneteenth." She said, "It's a holiday." I was like, "Oh, it's for real a holiday, like not just amongst our
She said for real.
Well, I mean, like not just within our community, where
Right.
the federal government, the government buildings have shut down." I'm learning more about it as I get a little bit
Me
older.
too.
I do want to get more into it. But growing up, I had never heard of it. And like I said, I was
I did hear of it, but to me it was like Columbus Day. It was just like Columbus Day. I heard of it. I didn't really know the full depth of it though. But it really, what the last 3 years has done is, to me, is showing that how much we still have to fight for the things that are rightfully ours. And that's how I feel about it. Just in the last 3 years becoming a national holiday, and the government office is being shut down and people getting days off. And I really feel like, I don't know, to me this year it kind of got watered down. I didn't see much of what I saw 3 years ago. It was like, and I think it's different in each city or each state, because like you guys say, some places make it a big deal. Some places, okay, we're just trying to go along with the crowd. So I don't know. I just feel like that just shows us, like, even in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and 20, we still have to fight for the things that are rightfully ours.
Well, you know, here they partying down. I mean, tonight is a big party going on over on Jefferson by TSU. So and I really, to tell the truth, I really didn't get into it till I went into Texas. That was in like 81.
Well, here they didn't start really until about 3 years ago celebrating Juneteenth.
But in Texas, I remember the first year I was in Texas in 81, they was talking about Juneteenth. I said, June what? And then they explained how they pronounced it, Juneteenth, 19th. I was like, oh, okay. And then they said, we're going to go down to the park. And I went down to the park and it was lit up.
But in Texas, it wasn't just the one day. I mean, it kind of started June the 1st, where all the HBCUs would do little classes for the kids, you know. And when I was little, they would give you African names, and you know, we do like learn African dances and languages and stuff, and then it would be, you know, the foods, and you would kind of learn about, you know, the history of slavery too. And that wasn't a part of the, you know, regular school district. This was, you know,
the true history.
People.
The true history.
Right. This
Not
was
what they
the
wanted
old
us to
people in
know.
the churches and the colleges, you know, teaching this stuff, you know. And Juneteenth just happened to be where it's like, okay, the whole city's just gonna party down.
Yep. It turned into like a mini New Orleans downtown Austin.
New Orleans.
It
We
did.
just want to party.
Hey, well, let me interject again, okay? Because I really want to get to these questions for women. All right, let's keep it. So, and I'm looking at a lot of strong women, and I love it. I'm telling you, it builds me up. Okay, but in your individually, in your estimation, what makes you a strong woman? Amina.
What makes me a strong woman is is determination. Just determination. Yeah, I'll go after what it is that I want. If I get knocked down, I get right back up. I don't stay there.
There you go.
I'm starting to realize my strength. I didn't always know that I had that strength. But as time go on and I see how, you know, people can tell you all day long, oh, you're a strong person, you this, you that. And it's times when things are beginning to be challenging to you and you have to go within yourself. And then you start saying to yourself like, oh, I am strong.
Yeah.
Dang, I did get back up. Dang, I did get this school open. Dang, I did do this. Like, wow.
You shock yourself.
You shock yourself. And then once you start doing that, that's when you just begin to start. I love what you had said earlier that, and I wrote it down. You said that now you're starting to be proud of yourself. And that's where I'm at right now.
Self-acceptance.
I'm proud of me. Yeah. I'm proud of what it is.
We're proud of you too.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you all. Thank you. The good, the bad, the ugly. I just had State Board to come to my school yesterday. State Board, I mean, they picked it apart. When they got done with me, I was, oh. I just knew everything was okay because I knew they was coming. I'm like, well, come on. When they got done with me yesterday, I mean, it was 3 of them that was investigating me. It was so until one of the investigators told the other 2, like, you all just go on. Like, she done had enough. Like, she done had enough. But once they left, I was like, ain't no need of me getting knocked down because they already told me what it was that they wanted. So, you know, just go ahead on and give them what it is that they asked for. When I did that, that was another moment where I was proud of myself, where I didn't get into my feelings, where I didn't get just knocked down and just like, oh my God, how did they? No. This morning when I came in, I felt even more powerful because I'm glad it happened in front of the teachers. I'm glad it happened in front of the students. So if you all say Miss Amina is micromanaging me, yes, I am, because I get behind. So students, they ask you all about your name tags. So now when you know when I'm asking you about your name tags, now you know why. So, you know, yeah, I'm proud of me. I'm proud of how I'm starting to handle situations. I'm proud when I know when something is overwhelming me and when it's too much. I'm proud that I know how to go lay down, go to sleep, take a break, and not feel bad and not call it depression. It's not depression. It just means that I just need a time out right now, and then I'll come back to it.
And to
So I
re-up. Gotta
want to
re-up.
fire a question individually, each one of you guys. I know because we're going to run out of time, but let me ask you, Gina, how do you guys as women, how do you women get men to be on your side, to become a help as opposed to a hindrance?
I'm gonna say what Amina said. It's easy. One thing you have to know the man you with.
Yes.
And you have to know what motivates him. It's not just you. When you're in a relationship, it's not just you. You have to know what motivates him. Sometimes it's stroking his ego. It's okay to stroke his ego sometimes. Sometimes it's, letting him make the decision of the business or the household. Sometimes you got to step back, even though each of us have a role. Sometimes you got to step in my role and say, hey, let's do it this way. And you be okay with it.
Yeah.
And again, it goes back to what Marianne said, teamwork. It's teamwork. And sitting down and making sure that you talk to your significant other and not just you coming to them saying, hey, I decided we're going to do X, Y, Z. Now you're not a team anymore. You are not including that person in those decisions, and that is the wrong thing to do. You're going to push them way away.
Okay, good answer. Vet Green. Now there's a lot of women who are trying to get to the position and level that each of you women are getting to, okay? How do you empower them, other women, to do what you do?
First, allow yourself some grace and acknowledge where you are. A lot of people, we get discouraged. A lot of times we get discouraged, right? Because we see what other people are doing. I've been there. I had to allow myself some grace, and I tell others, give yourself some grace and space to learn everything that you need to do, because it's through our experiences that help us grow, right? I wouldn't have, had I not, gone through what I had gone through last year with the production company, which I felt it knocked me down. I wouldn't have the ability to get back up and say, you know what, I'm tired of doing this for other people. Let me do this for myself. So just one, allow yourself some grace. Give yourself space to learn what it is that you need in that industry that you want to get into, and know that it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. I am learning every single day, and I acknowledge that I don't have all the answers, but I have the time, because it's time to find the answers and to I think it's a mindset. It really is. When you tell yourself that you can do it, then that opens up the door for everything else. Everything else. The grace that you need to give yourself. Again, I'll say the space to learn it. And also set boundaries, because you're going to find that people are going to think that you're crazy for chasing after something that they have no idea what it is. This entertainment and podcasting, it can be very, very tough. Thank God I have, my guy, Big Mike, he's very, very supportive, and it helps. It helps to have somebody that can understand. Get in a group, and I think Bella said that earlier. You want to get in a group or around people who can understand and overstand the things that you are trying to build in your life, because you're going to find that it may be, the person that you thought was your best friend or your significant other. They may not understand what it is that what your dream is. You want to find your tribe. Find your tribe, and know that again, it's not going to happen overnight. So my biggest thing is allow yourself some grace, the space and find your tribe. It's going to come to you. Trust and believe it's going to come to you.
That's beautiful. I
like
love
that.
that.
I like
Bella,
that.
I got a question for you. How do you know you got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 dozen businesses, right?
That's that Jamaican in her.
How do you you done messed up now, bro. You done messed up now. She is not Jamaican.
Dominican. I apologize, Bella.
Bella, but doing so, and I know all these women do that, okay? Because I'm asking questions I need to know because I'm getting this. I'm very inspired. But how do you unplug from work? All of the stuff that you do, how do you unplug?
How do I unplug?
Yeah. Or do you
let it go?
That's what I was thinking. Do you unplug?
Unplug. I think that's who you are.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Honestly, I am who I am. I don't like put on a facade or anything. I'm never ostentatious about nothing. What you see is like what you get. Like literally, just tunnel vision. It's tunnel vision for me. Humbleness. I was taught that from my parents. Just straightforward character, integrity, all of that. I just walk with that. I just keep that straight vision. Keep the blinders on, because I'm very observant. I pay attention and I listen to people and I just watch them. So that's how I know, like, I go off energy. That's why I stay to myself. Like, I don't go out. I don't drink. I don't do any of that. So if I do go out or anything, it will be during the daytime. Okay. Because I'm in bed by 9. It's 8:10 now. Yeah. By 9. For me, I really do. I'll have my laptop or I have my Kindle or something. I'm probably like writing down something, doing like payroll or something, doing my books. And I'm just probably at a hookah lounge smoking some hookah. That's it. During the day.
I think what you're saying, Bella, is we don't unplug, especially as business owners. We're always thinking of ways to better and to grow. It's always there. I don't care if you're on vacation. You can see something that's happening and say, you know what, I could utilize that, or I could do that, or I can incorporate that. So I'm thinking, it sounds like you're saying how I'm feeling. We never unplug.
Yeah, because inspiration comes from all over the place.
I sleep with notebooks because I wake up, my brain is popping like popcorn. I'm like, and I'll get up. I'm like, oh, and I just have learned to have journals and notebooks with me so that I can do my ideas, so that I don't forget. And when I wake up, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, what is this? Where'd that come from? And I know it's my handwriting.
So Marcy, what energizes you about work, about what you do?
Well, okay, for right now, not in a business, but I'm a humanitarian.
Right.
Being able to help people, being there when they've lost a loved one. Last night had a fatality. So, and just having to deal with that. Today I had another one, and I'm waiting to hear because they were in critical condition. The last I heard. So we're waiting to hear how they're doing. But knowing that when people are at their lowest point, just lost everything except the clothes on their back, being able to be there to help, to have a listening ear, and just to be, to just let them know there's someone here that cares, you matter, you're not on your own, and to try to get them to the next level immediately after a disaster.
Yes. Mariana, I got a question for you. So you've and this is, all of the women probably have done this before, and it was mentioned earlier where you start coming up and sometimes you doubt yourself. Sometimes you say, oh, this is too much, maybe I can't do it. How do you negate that self-doubt?
Used to it was my dad would always say, oh, you're not going to do that. And that negativity or someone saying that I can't do something, oh, that used to drive me. It's like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I'm finna do this. I'm finna show you that I can do this. Once me and Maurice got together, it was bouncing energy off of each other. When I'm feeling like, oh, this is gonna be really hard. Then I'll say something to him about it. You know, I don't know if we should do this. You know, and then he'll give me the reasons either why we should do it or why we shouldn't do it. So and it's always good to have somebody else to bounce your thoughts off of, you know, to give you that feedback, so you're not always just in your head by yourself.
I think the biggest
But
one
doesn't that delivery makes a difference though,
Oh,
Marianne, on
definitely,
how he
definitely.
delivers it to you?
Oh yeah, because like sometimes, you know, he'll say something like, oh, like if I'm doing my fashions, right, and I ask him, what do you think about this? And if he does that, well, I don't know why you put that together. Then I'm like, what the hell? You know, but if he says something like, well, babe, what was the thought process on that? What were you going for? Then that
Totally
makes me
different.
think about it, you know, and I can come to a conclusion. But if he just comes straight on out and like, what is that? You know, then I'm like, no, you didn't.
Not what you say, not what you say, is how you say it.
Exactly.
That turns the conversation, and depending on how that comes out, it'll turn the conversation
You
one
are
way
so
or the
right.
other.
You are so
and
right.
it wasn't too many times where we went, what the hell was that? It's more like
Yeah, or he'll be like, oh, babe, them colors, I don't know about that. And I'm like, trust me.
She called me Mr. Mono Man on colors, because I go with some grays and blacks and white in a heartbeat, you know. So
Ladies, look, I'm inspired. I'm really overwhelmed at the wealth of just knowledge that you ladies have, and the power that you guys exude in everything that you're doing right now. I'm proud of each and every one of you guys. Before we get out of here, I want to give each one of you an opportunity to just tell everyone, you know, something good. Just give an example, or just whatever you want to say of and empower people, empower everyone that's watching. Okay, Bella, let's start with you.
Scared money don't make no money.
Ooh, yes. I love that, Bella. I
say
love
that again.
that.
Say it with your chest.
And it's
right.
so
You know
true.
what?
It's so
I've known her
true.
for a while, and when we first sat down, wasn't that one of the first things that you told me, Bella? Scared money don't make no money.
It's true.
So, I appreciate that. Bet.
Ooh, every day is a new chance, another chance for you to do something more. Procrastination is real. It's something that I battle with, and I've learned that procrastination really is a mindset also. If you have another day, do something more. Just it will all come together the more you do. I found that the details, I got caught up in the details a lot, which caused me to pause and sometimes stop. And it's like, nope, you can't do that. Don't worry about the details. Just continue to do more for yourself every single day, even scared. Like Bella said, scared money don't make money. And your dream will never come true if you just sitting on the couch and not doing anything. So tomorrow, if you are watching this and you have a tomorrow, God willing, you have a tomorrow. What you didn't do today, you need to make sure you do tomorrow, because it's going to happen. Make it happen.
That part right there, okay. That part. And when I met Beck, man, it was just the spirit. I told them on their show, the spirit that they have, man, is just so overwhelming. It will take you over. Everybody, please tune into the morning show with Beck Green, the Joker, and Miss Arkansas. You won't be sorry. Trust me. Amina, what about you?
I would say do what you love and love what you do. That is not a cliche. That's what I do. I get up every day. I go to work. I look forward to it. I love going when nobody is there. When I'm walking the floors and I'm looking like, man, this is another day, an opportunity to change some lives. So if it's something that you want to do, like Vet said, do it afraid. Don't worry about being scared. Just do it. I've never had a school before. So trust me, I was scared, but I still did it. Study your craft. You know, people always say about their brand. First, you be the brand. And then everything else will fall into place.
That's right. brand will speak for itself once you have it out there and allow it to speak. You got to teach it, all right? And when I first met Amina got this. It's just like she plays so much, all right? But you wouldn't understand the things that she's gone through to get to where she's at because she doesn't show it. She doesn't wear it. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
So, Amina, appreciate you. Marianne, what you got?
Remember, it's not what you say, but how you say it. So, you can, I always, I'll give you this. My youngest son, he came to me one day and he said, why do you say, could you please go in the kitchen and do the dishes? When I got to do the dishes anyway, why don't you just say, go in there and do the dishes? I said, well, what's that sound like to you? I said, if I say, go in there and do the dishes, I said, you're going to have some type of attitude when you go in there to do the dishes and they're not going to be done right. But if I say, could you please go in there and do the dishes before you go and do whatever, you're going to be like, oh, let me go ahead and do this. And so if you take that in, not just with your kids, but also in all relationships, think about what you're going to say before you say it.
Okay. That's it. Marcella, what you got?
Okay, I have to write mine down. I've been writing all through the show. Listening.
Oh, Lord, we got a book.
No, you didn't have to write nothing down, did you?
No, I did, because I might have forgotten. So I put down, we as Black women have been the perfect example of resilience, leadership, and determination. We've destroyed stereotypes and inspired many. Don't allow others to tell you who you are. Know who you are. Know your worth. You are valuable. You matter. Put God first. Walk in your true identity. Hold your head high. Live in your greatness. We have done all of this while maintaining grace and dignity.
Go ahead, Marcy. That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
Yes. Woo. I just say follow your dream. Don't procrastinate. Follow your dream. Nothing beats a failure but a try. You will never know if your business or whatever it is you're trying to do, you will never know if it's going to be a success unless you get out there and do it. You don't want to go 10 years down the line and say, man, if I had done that, I might have, or I could have. Follow that dream. Nothing beats a failure but a try.
That's right.
That's it.
You always get up and dust yourself off and try again.
Mo, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I love this woman.
That's so cute.
We love her too, Mo.
On that
I
note,
love her first.
on that note, make sure that you support these women. You know what?
Yes.
This has been so inspiring to me. Okay, it makes me want to put together some type of a tour for all of you women. Go out there and talk. Okay, so y'all know I'm on it. I'm on it. All right.
I'll be back in Chicago soon.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. I really love the fact that you guys can come together. There's no bias. There's no jealousy or anything like that. And you can express yourselves the way that you have today. All right. I invite you guys back to do this next month. Please. We don't need to have a bunch of extra different people come on and this and that, because we got the wealth of knowledge here of some prominent Black women who are doing things and making things progressive in their own rights. I thank you guys for coming on. I already know Vet gonna talk about this in the morning, so
You know I am. You guys, this is one of my favorite podcast shows. It really is. I try and tune in as much as I can because I love the conversations that you all have. It's real conversations. It's like table talk, you know. And I love that you all express your own feelings. And there's, you know, and you can still come back the next day, even if you don't agree. I love it. Marcy, you tripped me out. I love it.
I'm just feeling so proud to have all of the ladies on the panel that I hear. Very successful.
Yes.
So much intelligence. Anything I would need, I would reach out to either one of you guys because I know I would get good advice and good guidance. I just feel really proud to have you out, all of you here, giving information, sharing your information, and sharing your knowledge.
Thank you for that.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But we do have to get into why we as men, Mo, we got to just sit and listen. Why we as men always do hold these women back, okay? Why do women drop their whole life, their dreams to lift us up, and then we act a fool and leave or go get a white woman or whatever, you know? I'm just saying.
Can women be a part of that conversation?
I'm just saying.
That's a whole nother show.
That look.
They might try to find you and burn that house down.
I'm just saying. I don't have nothing against anybody. Okay, Bella knows my business very well because I know hers. You know, I'm getting to know Vet. I know Amina's business. Okay, Marianne, you are just a pillar. You know, Marcy, you are such a you care more about people than you do yourself sometimes. All right, and Gina says, you know, I know your journey, and I am so just so humbled to be in your presence. So, ladies, keep it up. Make sure that you support, you mentor these women that watch you, that talk to you. You know, we as entertainers, Vet, we as business women, you guys as business women, you guys don't have the opportunity to see everybody as readily as you might want to. All right, but when you get that opportunity, keep mentoring as you do. All right, I want to do this again, ladies. We're going to set it up and we're going to do it even bigger next time. All right.
Sounds good.
Thank you all so much.
Yes, this was
coming.
fun.
That's such a good time.
Bye,
Thank
Marcy.
you.
This is Dope Living TV Live, man. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Bye, Gina.
Peace out.
Bella.
Adios.